Ever wondered how hackers gain access into your website? Alright, so in this video, I'm going to show you guys how hackers do that and how you can also do that. Alright, so I have my localhost set up, my website on a localhost, and as you can see on the screen, it's login page. So what we're going to be doing here is running an SQL injection on this website. What is SQL injection? This is the to run a syntax or bypassing an SQL code. And to do that, we have to test this website to see if there is any vulnerability or if we can be able to run an SQL injection on this website. So the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to add a semicolon here, and then just click login. Obviously, because if there is an error, if there's an error, I should be able to get an idea about it. So when I click it, it's showing me login unsuccessfully, and it's showing me an error. So it's saying you have an error on your SQL syntax, so please check your SQL server version for the right syntax to use, because obviously SQL is running an error and it won't work, because that's how I would know that we can be able to hack this website, right? So let me show you guys a brief view of the source code here. So this is the PHP source code, and now you've seen it. You don't know what it is, but let me just walk you through it. So what is this information is telling us here is this. You see, it's running an SQL statement for login user where first name and password login matches each other. So if they match each other, please run a say successfully login. If they don't match in, then throw an error saying that the user is logging in successfully. So that's what we saw there. So if I try to log in as a random user, I could literally say let's just type it native, and then put your last name and password and everything. Then when you click login, you say login unsuccessfully, and then native. So that's the error I throwing there. So we already know how this website works and everything. We know that there's a vulnerability on this website, and we can try to get an information on the database, right? So the first thing we have to do in testing a website is, after testing that SQL, we want to try running an SQL code to see if it's going to return a value. So this SQL code is we start with semicolon, and then we run an OR statement. OR is like semicolon, and then OR is telling it check if there is or 1 equal to 1. What this does is that 1 equal to 1 is true, and then comment out all the line remaining. So it's like removing all the line remaining from that other stuff. So it's writing. So what this does is writing this. Let's go down here for the first name, right? We write this, and then it's writing OR, and then 1 equal to 1, and then remove all the other syntax. So that's what it's running on the SQL code. So that's what we want to be running as the SQL code here. And when we click login, it says login successfully, and it's giving us an information from the database that is not even supposed to show us as a user. And it's saying we have logged in successfully, even though it's not showing us information about it. But when we are in a real life application system where we log in, it's just gonna log us in as all the users on that server. So that's how we gain access, like full access to the server. We can delete people's accounts, we can do so many things with that information that we have here. So this is it. We've successfully logged in or hacked this website, and we get the information. Tech, we have John, and we have Jake here. So we successfully hacked this website, and you might be wondering, like, let's say, how is that possible? Like, the thing is that I've showed you guys before, but in a simple term, let's try. Let's use an example of Instagram, right? We have an Instagram account whereby the username probably might be Tech, whatever I want to use, but you don't have the password to that person's Instagram account, and you want to log in illegally or unauthorized access to it. So you type in the username, that's the first name that we have here in this example, and then you put semicolon, and then you put that comment line, and then add a space to it. when you run this code, it's going to log you in as a user. It's going to send you directly as a user. It's going to log you in because this website is vulnerable to an SQL attack. And when we do that, you already see the first name, the DevTech, we have access to it. So that's how we gain access to or unauthorized access to a website. Now, the second thing I want to show you guys is cross-site scripting. This is the ability to display a code. So for here, let's say obviously h1 native. So when we learn this, it's if you know that code is a header tag in HTML. So when you run a header tag in the HTML, it's going to show it as a bold statement, and that's what we have here. A header tag is actually being run rather than showing h1 and the div and h1. It's running the code. So this website is obviously vulnerable to an cross-site scripting attack, and it's really dangerous if you have your website out without sanitizing the inputs. It's really dangerous out there, and the user can run this even though it's showing login unsuccessfully. The user can get all the information from the server. The user can say, okay, I want to run a function that should echo maybe the database, the stores, and okay, let's just put this right. Let's just say SQL. It's okay echoing the SQL as it's supposed to be, logging unsuccessfully, the username and that. But what I'm trying to do is echo something like a variable, and we have global variable, what not to do, but this is stored in a variable and others. But we can be able to have run so many scripts. We can run a function. We can do so many things with this information. Plus, if you don't sanitize the inputs when sending an information or logging in, when the user is actually signing up to that website, it's really dangerous, because if the user is trying to sign up to that website, let's say I am here, I'm trying to sign up to this website, and I put my name as native, and I add something else, or probably I just put a paragraph here. Let's say img, let's put an image src, and then or we can just put the normal thing with the h1 tag here, h2, and then just put h1 tag, and then put the div. This is really dangerous, because when you log in, it's showing login successfully and is securing the h1 tag. Obviously, when this script is actually here, it's actually showing, it's sanitizing the input in these HTML special characters. But the problem with this is that when you go back and try to log in or gain access into this website, we're closing this tag now just so that we can try to log in. When we try to log in with this information here, it's just going to show us h1 native tag, and if these special characters is not here, let's see, if this special characters is not here, and it's just echoing this stuff as first name row, it's just echoing it as a first name variable here. When you refresh this page, it's going to run it as div, and this is actually stored in your database, which means every single time any user interacts with this person named div, it could be a catastrophic error. It's really bad, because that person can run a JavaScript code and can say, let's say, can tell the website to run an alert statement here. So they just run an alert statement just so you guys will see something that I'm telling you about. Script. Just so you guys see what I'm telling you. So the best, anybody can run a cross-site scripting here and gain access into your website. So when I click login, it's showing hello, which is really bad if you have a website. So you need to sanitize your input on your website. So that's all for today. Please like, follow, and share for more videos. And if you need to learn more about hacking, send me a message on my website, ledivtech.com. I would gladly reply any message that I have, or send me a message on my DM. Thank you.